In this video, we introduce the concept of pseudocode and why it is one of the best habits you can build as a Python programmer. Pseudocode means planning your program in plain language before you write the actual Python code. The main idea is simple. Think first, then type. When you do that, your programs become easier to start, easier to organize, and easier to debug. Pseudocode is a plain language outline of a program. It is not exact Python code, and it does not have to run on the computer. Instead, it describes the steps your program needs to follow. For example, before writing a program that calculates a total cost, you might write, ask for the price, ask for the quantity, multiply price by quantity, and display the total. Once those steps make sense, it is much easier to translate them into Python. Pseudocode saves time because it gives you a roadmap. First, it helps you start faster. Instead of staring at a blank file, you already know the major steps. Second, it helps you organize your logic. You can decide where the input happens, where the calculations happen, and where the output happens. Third, it helps with debugging. If the program does not work, you can compare the Python code to your pseudocode and ask whether the problem is in the logic or in the syntax. A helpful pattern is input, process, decide or repeat, and output. Start by asking what information the program needs. Then decide what the program will do with that information. Next, think about whether the program needs decisions, loops, or input validation. Finally, decide what the program should display. One practical strategy is to write the pseudocode as comments in your Python file. Then you can write the Python code underneath each comment. Here is a small example. The pseudocode says to ask the user for a Fahrenheit temperature, convert it to Celsius, and display the Celsius temperature. The Python code follows that same order. This is the key point. Pseudocode becomes the structure of your program. You are not starting from nothing. You are translating a clear plan into Python statements. The key takeaway is that you should write pseudocode for every program, even small programs. For a small program, the pseudocode might only be 3 or 4 lines. For a larger program, it might include sections for input, processing, decisions, loops, and output. The goal is not to make the process complicated. The goal is to give yourself a clear plan before you start typing Python. For practice, write pseudocode for a restaurant bill program that asks for the meal price and tip percentage, then displays the tip and final total. Think about how you would accomplish this. See you in the next video.